Good morning, everyone. I'm Karen Yankovich, and this is Link Up Your Marketing, where we are going and giving daily tips and hopefully some inspiration on how to use LinkedIn to really change your business, your life, and your bank account as we move into 2021 or whatever the next 12 months are for you if you're watching this a few months from now. So we are live on Facebook and in my Facebook group, which let me share that if you are interested in joining us, it's linkedinforwomencommunity.com. We're also here live on LinkedIn and YouTube and Periscope/Twitter. So I'm kind of really loving doing this. It's really been a lot of fun to get back into doing these daily videos. So yesterday we talked about going for the gold and why it's important on LinkedIn that if you're a maker of pens, that you're not on LinkedIn to sell a pen, you're on LinkedIn to find somebody that can distribute 1,000 of your pens, right? So I got a lot of questions from that, which is why I wanted to do this today. And some of the questions were around, yeah, but like, Karen, I'm a coach and I've just started, and I have this digital program and it's $297, and does that mean I can't use LinkedIn? And the answer to that is no. Of course, it doesn't mean you can't use LinkedIn, but what it does mean is that you need to think about it and get creative. Where does LinkedIn best serve you, right? So let me give you an example. In my business, we have multiple, kind of a couple different arms of the business. We have our LinkedIn for Women program, the She's Linked Up Accelerator program. And I don't really use LinkedIn to go directly to get people to join that program. We have a webinar, which if you haven't seen it yet, you totally need to check that out. Actually, I'll create a banner for the webinar. I don't know why I don't have one already. But I'll create a banner for that right now so you guys can see that. So we have a webinar, and I'm not going to market I talk about the webinar on LinkedIn. I would love for you to watch it, especially if you think you're looking for some inspiration on how to use LinkedIn. But really, I'm using LinkedIn to build relationships, not to send people to my webinar. And you've gotten those messages, right? You've gotten those, hey, it's Karen, and I want to connect with you because I have this great workshop I want you to watch. Like, dude, I don't even know you. I'm not watching your workshop. That's an hour of my time, a half hour of my time. You need to earn that, right? So LinkedIn isn't the place to be doing that. It's not like you can't share that, right? Like I'm about to, hold on, let me do it right now so that you guys can check it out if you want. So it's not that we can't do that, right? I mean, you can do that. You can do things like this. Like if you want to watch my masterclass, go to KarenYankovich.com/masterclass. I have it in my banner. But the relationships I build on LinkedIn are for the bigger opportunities. That's what I mean for going for the gold. I love my program. I think every woman should be in my program because it helps you learn how to just bring in the big money into your business. But LinkedIn is not the best place for me to market that, even though it's a LinkedIn program. We are going to be doing some LinkedIn ads moving forward. For me, what works best is when I either market my corporate opportunities, right? Because those are typically a couple, a workshop with some follow-up workshops, a bunch of LinkedIn profiles. Sometimes we do some, I kind of make myself available on retainer for a couple months as people are executing the strategy we developed together. So that's a higher ticket item. So that's the kind of thing I look for on LinkedIn. I also look for speaking opportunities because now instead of getting in front of one person, like one woman that might be interested in my program, I can talk in front of a room of 100 people that might be interested in my program, right? So as you are developing your LinkedIn strategy, you need to not just be thinking about going for the gold. You need to understand that it's there for you. And, I can brainstorm this. I can come up with ideas for anyone. But I was talking recently to somebody I went to high school with. So if you're watching this, you recognize yourself. And those of you that went to high school with me that are watching this will know who I'm talking about. She teaches yoga classes. And she was like, how can I use LinkedIn? And I was like, well, let me just tell you something. In 2020, it is women are exhausted, right? And yeah, we want to take yoga classes, and maybe we're going into the studio, maybe we're not, maybe we're taking Zoom yoga classes. But if you said to me, let's say I'm a working mom, keyword working, meaning I'm getting a paycheck, my kids are home, so I'm not really homeschooling them, but I've got to make sure they're on Zoom and they're doing their homework while I'm talking to my clients. I'm exhausted, right? If you said to me, I have a full day package where we spend a day together on a Saturday or Sunday, and it's just so cool. We will develop custom sequences for you, right? And we'll coordinate it with some essential oil blends that might be good for you, and maybe also some some inspirational books or something that you can read, right? Or we'll maybe music, maybe we'll create a custom playlist, or I'll create some custom meditations for you, right? So now I'm busy. Frankly, I love the idea of going to yoga, but I'm not getting there because I can't even leave my house, right? So if you say to me, we can spend a day together, we'll social distance, but it's just gonna be all about you, right? That's something that's a higher ticket item that you could use LinkedIn to sell, because there's a lot of corporate women that are totally stressed out and they could use some hand holding and some support and something that's made for them. Like, I love yoga, but my rotator cuffs are torn and I can't do a lot of down dog. My wrists are I have carpal tunnel. So I get frustrated sometimes doing yoga, and I'm always modifying it. If somebody said, I'm going to custom do this so that you're going to be able to get all of the benefits of yoga without the stress of down dog while you can't do that, like, I'll pay for that, right? Wouldn't you? So that's what I want you to think about. I want you to think about, when I said yesterday to go for the gold, today I want you to think about what that offer is and dream big, right? I'm a fan of Post-it notes. I have Post-it notes for my Post-it notes. And I'll put Post-it notes all over the wall. As I think of more things, I'll add it, right? And I'll think of, what else can I add to this yummy, amazing VIP experience with me, right? And there are people that will want that. And if you're not doing that, you're not serving them. So if you heard me yesterday say, go for the gold, and you were thinking, it's not for me, I don't have anything like that, I think you do. Okay, I think you do. So I'm always here to help you. So you can always go to the KarenYankovich.com/masterclass and get started with that. That's completely free. But understand that you've got to think about that one thing. Because if you go on LinkedIn, like if I went on LinkedIn and I said, like right now, you don't really see on LinkedIn that I do a lot of corporate stuff, because really what our focus is our program. So even though I don't use LinkedIn necessarily to sell the program directly, right now I'm positioned to make those partnerships. Who's got an audience of women that I can speak to, right? That might have interest in this program. So that's what you see. But if in January I decide, you know what, I want to shift my focus a little bit and I just want to land more corporate business, I'll shift my profile, because I want the person that will buy whatever I am selling to see themselves in my profile, so that they know that I am the exact right person for them. And if you have too many things in there, then it's confused, and a confused mind doesn't buy, right? They're like, okay, I don't know what she does, but and listen, I have done that myself. I can remember, and I'll tag Bonnie Frank in this. I remember a few years ago, I was running a program where I was teaching social media and PR, and I kind of got away from my LinkedIn roots for a while, and I was doing all these different things, like shiny object galore, right? And I remember listening to Bonnie. She was talking about LinkedIn, and she tagged me in her conversation. It was a live Facebook Live, and she's like, and Karen Yankovich is here, and Karen as well. She teaches LinkedIn, but I think she also does something around PR and something with social media. Like she didn't know what I did, and I was like, holy crap. This is the message I'm putting out there. So and that is on me, right? It is on me to be clear about exactly what I want you to do, exactly what I provide, and how I can be of service to you. So if it's unclear, you need to get clear. All right. Does that make sense, you guys? So I know that was a little bit of a rant and a ramble today, but if you are unclear, you will lose business. You are leaving money on the table. So flip this a little bit. Imagine if you have this one service, you're the yoga teacher creating this amazing VIP experience for your clients, and you're going to sell it for a couple $1,000s, because you absolutely can. You can add in 6 months of support. You can add in all kinds of things. I don't want you to overcharge. I want you to over deliver and have enough of an investment in this so that you can massively over deliver, because this woman wants that, right? She's happy to give you her credit card if you're going to help her through this crazy period in her life, right? So imagine if you write your profile and say, I'm a yoga teacher, but what I found, and I love my classes, and here's how you can find my classes, but what I found is that there are so many people, especially women as they get older, that they don't take care of themselves and they're finding themselves with carpal tunnel. So they struggle through down dog or whatever. If you write your profile specifically for that and then connect with people, you will get that client, right? But they need to know it exists, and you need to paint it in a way that they're like, oh my God, she's talking to me and I need to talk to her, right? So that's what I want you to do. Remember, this is not Mount Rushmore. It's not etched in stone. You can change it, right? You can change it. But think about what your big ticket offer is. Think about the going for the gold that we talked about yesterday, and then craft your profile so that is the only thing you want. That $5,000 client, that $10,000 client, that $50,000 sponsor, that $200,000 job, whatever that is, craft your profile. That is the only thing. And I promise you, with some strategy, you can land that contract. You want to know how to do that? Check out the masterclass, KarenYankovich.com/masterclass. I go into more detail in that and how to do all these things. And yeah, I want to know what you think and what your big offer is. Let me know. Drop a comment in. Take care.